Hello and welcome to Goofy's Wacky World Facts. In this video, we're going to explore the fascinating history of money and why people started using it. As societies grew more complex, the limitations of bartering became increasingly apparent. For example, it was difficult to carry out complex transactions involving multiple goods and services, as it was hard to determine the relative value of each item being traded. Furthermore, bartering required a double coincidence of wants, meaning that both parties had to have something the other person wanted. As a result, societies began to develop more standardized forms of exchange. One of the earliest examples of this was the use of standardized units of measurement for goods like grain, which allowed for more efficient trade. For example, in ancient Mesopotamia, the shekel was a standardized unit of measurement for silver. Another early form of exchange was the use of credit systems. In some societies, individuals could obtain goods or services on credit, with the understanding that they would pay the debt back at a later date. Credit systems allowed for more complex transactions, as they didn't require a simultaneous exchange of goods or services. Over time, societies began to develop more sophisticated forms of currency, such as coins and paper money. These forms of currency were more convenient and reliable than bartering or credit systems, and they allowed for more efficient trade across large distances. The development of currency also had a profound impact on the development of banking and finance. Banks emerged as institutions that could store and protect people's wealth, and they could issue loans and credit based on that wealth. This allowed for greater investment in businesses and infrastructure, and it fueled the growth of trade and commerce. In conclusion, the limitations of bartering led to the development of more standardized forms of exchange, including currency, credit systems, and banking. These developments had a profound impact on the growth of trade and commerce, and they helped to shape the course of human history. The use of objects with intrinsic value as a form of money is known as commodity money. Commodity money has been used by many societies throughout history, and it continues to be used today in some parts of the world. One of the advantages of commodity money is that it is widely recognized as having value. For example, gold has been used as a form of currency for thousands of years because it is rare and valuable. This made it easy for people to trade goods and services using gold as a medium of exchange. In ancient Egypt, workers were often paid in commodities like grain, beer, and textiles. These commodities were considered valuable because they were necessary for survival and for the production of other goods. Workers could trade their commodities for other goods and services they needed, such as clothing, tools, or housing. Other societies used different types of commodity money. In some parts of Africa, cowrie shells were used as a form of currency. Cowrie shells were widely recognized as having value, and they could be traded for goods and services throughout the region. In some cases, societies developed complex systems of exchange based on commodity money. For example, the Kula ring was a trading system used by the Trobriand Islanders in the South Pacific. The Kula ring involved the exchange of two types of shell necklaces. Red shells were traded clockwise around a ring of islands, while white shells were traded counterclockwise. The necklaces had little intrinsic value, but they were widely recognized as a form of currency within the trading network. In conclusion, commodity money has been used by many societies throughout history as a form of currency. Objects with intrinsic value like shells, beads, or precious metals were widely recognized as having value, and they could be traded for goods and services. Commodity money allowed for more efficient trade and commerce, and it helped to shape the course of human history. The invention of coins was a major step forward in the evolution of money. Coins were easier to use than commodity money because they had a standardized weight and purity, making it easier to determine their value. Coins also allowed for more efficient trade and commerce because they could be easily carried and exchanged. The first coins were made from electrum, a natural alloy of gold and silver, and were minted in Lydia around 600 BCE. These coins were stamped with images or inscriptions to indicate their value and authenticity. Over time, other societies began to mint their own coins using various precious metals like gold, silver, and copper. One of the advantages of using coins as a form of money was that they were difficult to counterfeit. Coins were stamped with intricate designs and inscriptions that made them difficult to replicate, making them a more reliable form of currency. Coins also had a significant impact on the development of trade and commerce. The use of coins made it easier to conduct transactions across long distances, as coins could be easily transported and exchanged. This fueled the growth of trade and commerce, and it helped to stimulate economic growth. The use of coins also had a profound impact on the development of banking and finance. Banks began to emerge as institutions that could store and protect people's wealth, and they could issue loans and credit based on that wealth. This allowed for greater investment in businesses and infrastructure, and it fueled the growth of trade and commerce. In conclusion, the invention of coins was a major step forward in the evolution of money. Coins were easier to carry and use than commodity money, and they were more difficult to counterfeit, making them a more reliable form of currency. The use of coins had a significant impact on the development of trade, commerce, banking, and finance, and it helped to shape the course of human history. One trend that is likely to continue in the future is the increasing use of digital forms of money, such as cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and others have gained significant popularity in recent years due to their decentralized nature and ability to facilitate secure and efficient transactions without the need for traditional financial institutions. This trend is likely to continue as more people become comfortable with using digital forms of money. Another potential trend for the future is the development of new forms of money that incorporate advanced technologies like blockchain, artificial intelligence, and the Internet of Things, IoT. These technologies could allow for more secure, efficient, and transparent forms of money that could facilitate transactions across borders and between different types of assets. There is also a growing interest in sustainable and socially responsible investing and spending, which could lead to the development of new forms of money that prioritize ethical and environmental concerns. This could involve the creation of new types of currency that are tied to specific sustainable initiatives or that are used to fund social programs. In conclusion, while it is impossible to predict the future of money with certainty, there are some trends and developments that suggest that we may see new forms of money that incorporate advanced technologies, prioritize ethical and environmental concerns, and facilitate transactions across borders and between different types of assets. Money has been an essential part of human society for thousands of years, evolving and adapting to meet the needs of changing times. From bartering and commodity money to coins and digital currencies, money has played a critical role in shaping our economies and societies. As we look to the future, it is likely that we will see new forms of money that incorporate advanced technologies and prioritize ethical and environmental concerns. Join us again for more fascinating insights into the history and evolution of money on Goofy's Wacky World Facts.